I got up and got on my own. This for the one that thinks I'm sweet. 2 zips too high in my zone. Ain't no way I'ma let a nigga eat. I think they mad cause I dug 1 deep. Say, and I'm out of sight. I don't wanna hear niggas scream. These bitch niggas ain't got nothing on me. Say, these bitch niggas ain't got nothing on me. These bitch niggas ain't got nothing on me. These bitch niggas ain't got nothing on me.
Hey man, say man, what it do? It's your motherfucking nigga kgblow on them. That's a good one. Pause. Hey, say man, hey, check this though. I like to get the nigga hood nigga shout out of the day goes to boom, my motherfucking nigga Oher, man. Shout out to my nigga. Hey, sorry man, my brother could hurt me. Y'all gonna get in my nigga, man. He could hurt and everything, you understand me? Boom, let's get back to the topic of the story, man. Check this shit out today, man. Michaeloher from the movie Blind Side. Do y'all remember that shit, the movie Blind Side with the white lady and the black football player dude? Boy got robbed for $300 million by his so-called adopted parents, man. That shit is crazy, man. With no further ado, man, y'all check this shit out. Boom.
Our sports lead now, former NFL player Michaeloher, whose life story was, of course, portrayed in the Oscar-winning film The Blind Side, is now claiming that the family that took him in never actually adopted him and instead, in his view, tricked him into a conservatorship, keeping or out of his own finances. CNN's Bryn Gingras has more on the sudden accusations and the questions surrounding them.
Okay, big smile. Tuohy family.
Michaeloher, blindsided, he says, by his family at the center of the Hollywood blockbuster.
This team is your family, Michael. You have to protect him. Tony here's your quarterback. You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me.
Yes, ma'am.
In a lawsuit, the former NFL player alleging he was tricked by Sean and Leanne Tuohy, believing they were adopting the 18-year-old budding football star.
He became part of our lives.
When in fact, they became his conservators and, quote, have total control over Michaeloher's ability to negotiate for or enter any contract, despite the fact he was over 18 years of age and had no diagnosed physical or psychological disabilities. It's a lie Oher says he discovered in February.
Never had one before.
What, a room to yourself?
A bed.
Oher's life story from poverty to NFL stardom with the support of the Tuohy family became a best-selling book. Then an Oscar-winning film reportedly netting more than $330 million. Oher says he's seen none of that money and now nearly 20 years later is asking the Tuohys for a full accounting of his share. The suit reads, where other parents of Michael's classmates saw Michael simply as a nice kid in need, conservators Sean Tuohy and Leanne Tuohy saw something else, a gullible young man whose athletic talent could be exploited for their own benefit. Sean Tuohy telling a local Tennessee newspaper, we didn't make any money off the movie. His son, SJ, not named in the suit, told Barstool Sports he did make some money, but it didn't make him rich.
I made like 60, 70 grand over the course of the last 4 or 5 years.
The suit also claims Oher, who just published a book about overcoming obstacles this month, unknowingly signed over the rights to his name, image, and likeness in 2007 without payment. Oher has publicly stated he doesn't like how he was portrayed in the movie.
I think the biggest for me is, being portrayed not being able to read or write. When you go into a locker room and your teammates don't think you can learn a playbook, that weighs heavy.
The Tuohys say they are devastated by the claims in the filing, quote, it's upsetting to think we would make any money off any of our children, but we're going to love Michael at 37, just like we loved him at 16.
Now, why the suit is happening now and how Michael just realized about this conservatorship back in February are two of the questions we proposed to his attorney, but we haven't heard back. The Tuohys, though, Jake, have given us a very lengthy statement through their attorney, essentially saying that Oher tried to shake them down for money before going public with his story, saying in a statement part, the idea that the Tuohys have ever sought to profit off Mr. Oher is not only offensive, it is transparently ridiculous. Now, the next step is they're going to have to respond to this suit in court, and so we'll see how this plays out. Jake.
All right, Brent Gingras, thank you. Joining us now to discuss, Lisa McCarley. She's an estate and probate attorney. So, Lisa, as you know, a conservatorship is usually made because a person has been deemed incapacitated, someone who cannot handle his or her own financial or personal affairs, or says he did not know that he had been put in a conservatorship instead of adopted until February of this year. Does that surprise you?
It does surprise me, and I actually went to the file. According to the Tennessee court records, he was present at the hearing when the tuohys were appointed, and in fact, his parents gave consent to them to become his conservator. So I'd love to see a transcript of that, but it is surprising that he didn't know what was going on, even at the tender age of 18.
Are there any other reasons that the tuohys could have sought out a conservatorship? And broadly speaking, looking at this case, do you think that the tuohys have done something wrong here?
In terms of the conservatorship, we actually occasionally will do this for children called guardianship, because it allows the parents, the guardians, or the conservators to place people on insurance. And Mr. Tuohy himself said we needed to do this in order to get Michael into school. And even though, I haven't been able to research whether that was a requirement, it actually does make sense. So there could have been very innocent reasons why they sought conservatorship for an 18-year-old who is still in high school.
Do you think that the tuohys have done anything wrong? I mean, there does seem to be some evidence that members of the family did receive money from the film, which made more than $300 million. I haven't seen any evidence that any of that money went to Oher. What do you make of it all?
Right. Well, actually, according to the file, once the Ohers got this court order, they never pursued letters of guardianship or conservatorship. They never took the oath, at least from what I can see, which means that they never actually had legal authority to act on Mr. Oher's behalf. And that would be consistent with his own statement that just 3 years later, he was presented with a contract to sign. So they received an order, but they didn't act on it. So it will be interesting to see whether or not they actually did receive any of his money.
That's crazy ass fuck boy shit, man. It's no way. Oh, damn. They said he was even in court when he did this. This dude was looking for love in all the wrong places, bro.
You need to leave.
Good, humble dude chilling. He coming out with a book, he want to tell it all, you understand me? He wouldn't just want to tell his side of the story or anything. He just come out with a book, he wanted some funds to help him with it. He go back and ask his people, can I have some? Hey, boy, they said, nah. What you mean, nah, all that money I done made y'all? What you mean, nah? We had some A-list celebrities in this movie. That's crazy. You know, he tried to ramshack them. I would too. Y'all did that boy dirty, man. You could at least put it up to the side for him or something. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that should be illegal, man. That should be illegal, man. What y'all think about that, bro? They robbed Michael for $300 million. They made a book on him, a movie on him. It won the best book award. One of the best awards for making movies, and I believe he won a Super Bowl for the Ravens. It's crazy, man. I hope bro can seek justice and find peace, because that shit ain't cool with me, man. Hey, man, say, man, shit motherfucking the kgblow, man. Like, shit coming, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all, man. I be trying to make it short and fast along at the same time, man. Y'all show me some love, man. That's me, man. This shit ain't easy like the thing here. Hey, man, say, man, I'm gone.
I got up and got on my own. This for the one that thinks I'm sweet. 2 zips too high in my zone. Ain't no way I'ma let a nigga eat. I think they mad cause I dug 1 deep. Say, and I'm out of sight. I don't wanna hear niggas scream. These bitch niggas ain't got nothing on me. Say, these bitch niggas ain't got nothing on me. These bitch niggas ain't got nothing nothing on me. These bitch niggas ain't got nothing on me.